Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and in this one we're going to be going over the best Iron Valiant build in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet for raids. Now this Pokemon will be a Violet only exclusive, so if you're on Pokemon Scarlet you will have to trade for it or get it in the Union Room. Now if you're on Pokemon Violet, what you'll have to do is you'll have to come over to the 0 gate, so you want to fly over there, and then we're just going to go inside the gate. Once you're inside the gate, hop on the teleporter pad, go to research station number 3, and then we're just going to be going outside. Right, from here, we're going to be going left down here, and you see that big tree in the background? We're just going to keep going until we get to that tree, and on the left side of that tree, there will be some rocks that you need to go into. As you can see right here, it's quite hidden, but just squeeze through here and there'll be a cave. Now this cave on Violet, it will be Iron Valiant. On Scarlet, it will be the dragon, what's it called? Roaring Moon, that's the one. So we just want to go inside here and keep an eye out for Iron Valiant. I like to go right in the middle of the cave where this is, because this is where I find it spawns the most from my experience. Now you can't go into a picnic while you're down here, unfortunately, so you can't just reset the spawns. So we're just going to go in a circle until we find it. Okay, so one has spawned. We're just going to run into that. Now it can be quite hard to catch, so make sure you have a quick ball, some ultra balls, maybe some timer balls and stuff like that, and a strong Pokemon that can take it down to low health and maybe give it a status condition and all that good stuff. Now if it is a fighting type Tera, then I would recommend just catching another, because we're going to be using a fairy type Iron Valiant. We have done a build on this channel that's a special attacking fighting type one, but this one is going to be the fairy type build, and in my opinion it's going to be better than the fighting type special attacking one, and you don't want to be wasting 50 fairy Tera shards, so go ahead and catch that. Now I'm going to switch to Pokemon Scarlet because that's where all my builds are. It's my main account, so I'll see you in a second. Before we continue, I just want to say we now have a Discord where I'll be able to help you out a lot more. We can have discussions about raids, raid Pokemon, certain builds and all that good stuff. So if you want to join, I'm going to pin a comment in the comments below. Let's continue with the build. So by now you should have your Iron Valiant fairy type. I'm guessing it's level 100 if you've trained it. And the held item we're going to be using is the Booster Energy. Now, to get this Booster Energy, you will get one at the end of the story when you're going through the game, or it's a 5% drop from all Paradox Pokemon. And what this does, because of all the Paradox Pokemon ability, it boosts your most proficient stat by 30%. So in our case, it will be our attack, because we're going to go with a physical attacking build. Now, if you don't have a booster energy, or the only booster energy you have is on another Pokemon and you just can't find another, you can use an item like Metronome, for example. Let me show you where to get that. So you just want to fly over to Levincia North to get this, which is right here. And when you're here, I want you to head to the Delibird shop. So go inside there. Then you want to click battle items, scroll down a little bit, it'll be the Metronome, 15,000 Pokedollars, and what this does is, say you attack your opponent, that attack does 100% damage as a base. Next turn after that, if you use that attack again, the same attack, it'll be 120%, and it goes up in 20% until it maxes out at 200%. If it's interrupted though, it does get reset. Now we've got the item and the Tera type over with. When you get out of that Delibird shop, there will be a shop to your right. It's a black and green shop. It's the Chansey supply shop. I want you to go in there. And because we're running a physical attacking build, I want you to scroll down to the red mints. These are all the attack increasing mints. I want you to buy the adamant mint, which is up an attack, down in special attack. We won't need special attack because we're a physical attacking build. And then I want you to apply it onto your Iron Valiant. As you can see, up an attack, down in special attack. Now I want your EVs to go into HP and attack. And if you don't know how to get your EVs up, say if you've just got a Pokemon, you will have no EVs on it. You want to head to a Chansey supply shop, which is the shop you just went in. And we're going to need 252 HP EVs and 252 attack EVs. So you're going to need to buy 26 proteins and 26 HP ups. This will cost you 520,000 Pokedollars. And you will have 6 EVs left over, so you can buy an iron or a zinc to increase that defense or special defense. But just make sure you get the HP ups and the proteins. Now you've got your EVs and IVs sorted. So that's our EVs sorted. Now you're going to want to make sure you have max IVs on everything except special attack. If you don't know where to get max IVs, you can go to any Delibird shop. And then you're going to be clicking on general goods, and the first item, which is the bottle cap, you can exchange 1 bottle cap for 1 max IV. So we need 5 max IVs, so the maximum this will cost you is 100,000 Pokedollars. Now if you don't know how many bottle caps you will actually need, you can actually go in your main menu and click on boxes, and then if you hover over your Iron Valiant, do you see it on the right? It says all of our stats, like our attack, defense and so on. Click the plus button on your controller, and then it will go to your IVs. As you can see, I've hyper trained 4 of my stats, being HP, attack, defense, and special defense. And when I caught this Pokemon, it had a best IV in speed, and our special attack is just like not even that good. It just says decent. So with this Pokemon, I would have only needed to spend 80,000 Pokédollars, which is 4 bottle caps, because my speed was already maxed out. So if it says hyper trained or best, those are your max IVs already. After you know how many actual bottle caps you need, you want to fly over to Montenevera. Once you're at Montenevera, we're going to be going forward, and we're going to be speaking to the guy with the Abomasnow. He will hyper train your Pokemon. So you want to click your Iron Valiant and then click bottle caps. And then we're going to be clicking HP, attack, defense, special defense, and speed. And then you want to click start the training. Now, if you've done everything right so far, then all of your stats should be the same as mine, except for your special attack and maybe your special defense and defense if you put the extra 6 points into one of them. To our ability, we only have one ability. Basically, what this ability does is it boosts your Pokemon's most proficient stat on electric terrain, or if you're holding the booster energy, which we are holding the booster energy. So it boosts your stat by 30% unless it's speed, and then it boosts it by 50%. But our most proficient stat will be our attack, so it boosts our attack by 30%. So instead of actually having 394 attack, we will have 512 attack as soon as we enter the battle. Now our moves are going to be Spirit Break, Swords Dance, Misty Terrain, and Drain Punch. Spirit Break is going to be our main move. It's going to be amazing against those special attackers. It's a strong move, 75 power, 100 accuracy, and every time we attack, it reduces the target's special attack without fail. So if we're against a special attacker, it's pretty much a guaranteed win. Our second move is going to be Swords Dance. What this does is it increases our attack by 2 stages, sets us up a lot to do a lot of damage. A third attack is going to be Misty Terrain, and what this does is it protects us from going to sleep. So say we're against a Pokemon like Amoonguss or Breloom or something like that that has Spore. You can just use Misty Terrain, and then for the 5 turns that Misty Terrain's activated, you can't go to sleep. Not only that, it protects it from all status conditions, and not only that, it halves the damage from Dragon type moves for 5 turns. Now our fourth move is going to be Drain Punch. It's a strong move. We get stabbed from it, and we heal every time we attack. So if we're in a sticky situation, we can always use Drain Punch. And if we've used Swords Dance as well, we will get a lot of health back. Put us back to that max health, or somewhere near that max health, and then we can just start attacking it with Spirit Break again. Now, we learn Spirit Break through level up. So once you get to level 100, you can just relearn Spirit Break. But unfortunately, Swords Dance, Misty Terrain, and Drain Punch are all TMs, so we're going to need to get TMs to learn them. If you don't know how to get TMs, just come to any Pokemon Center, and the green section, which is called the TM machine, you can just get them from there. So we're going to start off with TM73 Drain Punch. To get this, we'll need 8,000 LP, 5 Krogunk Poison, 3 Mankey Fur, and 3 Crabrawler Shell. Let me show you where to get these. So to get our Mankeys, we're going to fly over to West Province Area 1 Central, and we're just going to search around the Pokemon Center until we find a Mankey. So we're just going to chase them down, and that will get us our Mankey Fur. Next up, we have our Krogunks. So to get our Krogunk, we're going to come over here. So I'm going to fly over to South Province Area 5 and make my way over. So once you're over here, you just have to climb this wall right here, and you should get to the top of the little cliff. And once you're up here, you can start to see Krogunk at any point. Just keep an eye out. And I like to come right here on the map, which is not far from the actual swamp area. And I normally find one just chilling here. And I just farm them up here if I ever need them, and that's how you get your Krogunk Poison. You should find quite a few. You won't find it too difficult to find them. Now, to get our Crabrawler, we're going to go up from here. We're going to be going to this island right here, so fly over to East Province Area 3 Rest Stop, and then make your way over. So I'm just going to jump off here, and it's that little island right there. Now, as soon as we landed, one appeared, and there's another one to my right. So you just want to take out them, and you will get your Crabrawler Shell. Up next is TM88 Swords Dance, and for this one we're going to need 5,000 LP, 3 Zangoose Claw, 3 Gibble Scales, and 3 Cypher Claws. So let me show you where to get those. So we're going to go get our Cyphers first. So near the Casraya Lake is a place called Casraya Watchtower number 1. I want you to fly over here. And then we're going to be dropping down on the lakeside right here. just drop down to the bottom, and then we're going to be looking around this area till you find a cipher. There's one right there. Shouldn't be too long before you get one. You just want to take that out, and then you will get your cipher claws. Next up is our Zangoose. So to get Zangoose, you want to come right over here on the map. So I'm going to fly over to the shrine and make my way over. You can fly over to the next nearest location if you've not got the shrine and just head over there. So I'm going to climb this wall right here. Okay, so I'm at the top. I'm going to be heading over this way towards these little pond areas, and I'm just going to be looking around for them Zangoose. You should find one relatively quickly, but if you don't, then you can always use a sandwich. Same with all these Pokemon. If you do struggle, just use an encounter power sandwich and one will appear straight away. So that's our Zangoose Claw. Anyway, let's move on to the next Pokemon, which is a Gibble. To get our Gibble, we're going to fly over to Alphanada. Once you're at Alphanada, we're going to be heading to this cave right over here. So I want you to head towards that cave. Once you get inside the cave, it should come up Alphanada Cavern. And we're going to be slowly heading down this path right here. And we're just looking out for Gibbles and Gabites. Normally, when you find a Gabite, there's probably going to be 4 Gibbles with it. When we get to the very bottom, we're just going to keep going down here. And if you get to the very bottom here, where you see a tunnel with a bit of light at the end, go halfway down the tunnel and then turn back. And then we're going to go back up to the top of Alphanada Cavern and just keep doing this until you find a Gibble, really. There's a pack right there. Now, I'd say most of the time you will find them on your first way down. If you don't, then you just come back up and then go back down until you find one. I'm not sure whether we took out a Gibble there because this Sableye interrupted us. So we did get our Gibble scales, so now that we've got those, we can go get Swords Dance. Up next is going to be TM139 Misty Terrain. We're going to need 3000 LP, 3 Klefki keys, 3 Igglybuff fluffs, and 3 Flabebe pollen for this. These are all relatively easy to get. You'll pretty much find them straight away. So for our Klefki keys, what we're going to do is we're going to head back up to Alphanada. And around this area right here, I'm just going to head over here. Klefki should start to spawn relatively quite fast. They are very small, so just keep an eye out. So there's a few of them right over here next to one of them teapot things. We're going to take it out, and that's how we're going to get our Klefki keys. Now, to get our Igglybuff fluffs, we're going to head to the Pokemon League. So when you get to the Pokemon League, we're just going to head backwards, and we're going to keep going until we run into an Igglybuff. Really, all that spawn here are Daxbun, the mouse Pokemon, and Igglybuff as far as I'm aware. So there's one right there. We're just going to take that out, and this will get us our Igglybuff fluff. Now for our Flabebe, we're going to head to the top of the map where that Fairy-type Team Starbase was, and we're going to head right here. So what I want you to do is fly over to North Province Area 3, and then we're going to make our way over. So we're going to head over there right now. Now just keep to the right side and head towards the dirt path that you can see. And when you get about halfway down there, you should start to see them in bulk. There's some right here, actually. We're going to take these ones out, and this will get us our Flabebe pollen. But let me show you these ones that are over here. It stopped raining, that's great. So you get about halfway down, which is around here. Oh no, the rain's still there. And you'll start to see Flabebe, one there, one there. There's just loads of them around here. I wish you could turn weather conditions off, ruining the fun. So now that we've gone over the full build, let's get into some raids. So we found our first 5-star raid. It's a dragon type Tinkaton. Let's see how it goes. Now this is a steel type, so this should be interesting. So our booster energy activates. This will increase our attack by 30%. And we're going to use Swords Dance to increase our attack by a further 2 stages. It's going to use Gigaton Hammer. Will this kill? No. Okay. We're going to use Swords Dance again. This will put us on +4. It's going to use Rock Smash. Will that decrease our defense? No, that's good. Right, so a Gigaton Hammer here kills us, so I'm going to use Drain Punch just to get some of that health back. Now we're on max health again, and it can't kill us with a Gigaton Hammer. It steals some of our Terra Charge. It uses Gigaton Hammer. Now, Gigaton Hammer can't be used twice in a row. Tinkaton uses Misty Terrain. I think that's just going to help us actually take it out, because now we can't get status conditioned. So we Spirit Break and finish it off with 1 hit. We do get a critical hit, which helps, but that's the first raid down. It was very easy. Iron Valiant is just amazing in raids, honestly. Let's move on to the second raid. So we found our second 5-star raid. It's a fighting type Annihilate. This should be interesting. Let's begin. Right, so no one on our team had Intimidate, that's good. Our booster energy activates with our ability, increasing our attack by 30%, and now we're going to use Swords Dance. I don't think it has anything that could do much damage to us at the minute. It's going to use Lay, okay. It gets paralyzed, which is amazing. We're going to use Swords Dance again. Now we're on +4 attack. It's going to use Outrage, which doesn't affect us. Its close combat will be not very effective, and the only thing it can damage us with is that Ghost move, but it's not very good at the start of raid. We're going to use Swords Dance again. Now we're on +6 attack. I do want to one-hit this before it can get going, because if it does have Defiant, then it's going to be a big problem the more the raid goes on. It removes negative effects from itself. That's fine. We're just going to finish it off now, hopefully. Spirit Break, please finish. So it doesn't finish it off. It does reduce its special attack. Is that its oh, it doesn't have Defiant. That's amazing. So it became fused from using Outrage. I wasn't aware that, say if you use Outrage and it doesn't affect me, I thought it stopped the Outrage. I didn't know you were stuck in an Outrage. That's interesting. So it uses Bulk Up to increase its attack and increase its defense. So we're going to use Spirit Break again. See how much damage we do. I think we're still on +6. We are. It does a bit of damage to the shield. It uses Shadow Claw, does just under half. It mustn't have that special ghost type move. I always forget its name. We use Spirit Break again. Is that a critical hit? No, it's not. It's going to use Close Combat. It's not very effective though, and that will reduce its defense and special defense. Oh, it was already defeated. It just wanted to get one attack in before it went down. Oh no, we don't want to catch it. Well, that's the second raid down. Easiest Annihilate raid you'll ever see. Let's move on to the third raid. So we have our third raid. It's a fighting type 5-star phalanx. Let's begin. Unfortunately, the 3 Pokemon we have come against have all been physical attackers. So Iron Valiant's true potential isn't really standing out, because that main move decreases special attacks and we've come against no special attackers. Oh, it has Defiant. We increase our attack by 30%. We're going to start off with a Swords Dance. It's used Headbutt. We're going to use Swords Dance again. I want to try and one-shot this thing if it has Defiant, because that Arcanine is going to be big trouble. We're going to use Swords Dance again. Now we're on max attack. It's used Reversal. Didn't do too much. And then we're going to use Go All Out. I want to make sure this thing goes in one shot. It uses Headbutt, and then we're going to use Spirit Break. This should finish it off in one shot, and it does finish it off in one shot. I wasn't taking any chances there. If it got another Defiant off the Arcanine, and then it was one-shotting the Arcanine after that, that would have been big trouble. Well, that's the third raid over with. No Mystica. Big sad. Like I said, go check out the actual Discord. It'll be a lot of fun over there. And speaking of fun, if you want to see a really fun Volcarona build, then click on screen right now, and I'll catch you on the next one.